Colton, come on, it's time to do the show. But I was going to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
And pick up some more milk while you're out. Chewy.
A little.
Today, we're bringing you something that we thought was really cool. I thought it was cool. Did you think it was cool? I don't want to speak for you. Okay, we saw The Empire Strikes Back in concert, which means we got to see it at a big, beautiful theater on the big screen, and the local Philharmonic Orchestra, which is very good, was playing the soundtrack live. So this was I thought it was a unique experience. Did you like it?
Yeah. I loved it.
It was very immersive having the soundtrack played live right in front of you, right? So you've seen The Empire Strikes Back before, correct?
Correct.
Do you like that film?
Yes.
How come?
Because it's imaginative. I love the story and I really understand the characters.
Cool. And how have you seen it in the past?
I've seen it either on the iPad or the TV.
And never on the big screen.
Nope.
So this was your first time seeing it on the big screen.
Right.
Of course, for me, I've seen it on the big screen before because I'm a little bit older than you. So.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ow. Anyway, right. Well, I'm older than you, so I have seen it. But I haven't seen it in many years on the big screen. I think perhaps the last time I saw it in a movie theater was when the special editions were released, I think. So this was it was cool for me too. And of course, seeing it in concert, I had never done that before. All right, so you like the film. Did you like this being your first time seeing it on the big screen? Did you like it as much as watching it on the TV? Better, worse? What were you?
I liked it better on the big screen because I understood it more. The people laughed and I was like, wait, why did they laugh? Because on the iPad or the TV, I did not get it.
Right, because you're watching it alone, right?
Right.
And sometimes I think you're hitting on something really important, which is the Star Wars films are meant to be a shared experience. They're designed to be seen in a big theater with a lot of people and enjoyed that way. And by doing that, by seeing it that way, when they laughed, you were like, oh, and maybe you got the joke.
Right.
Whereas when you're watching it alone,
exactly,
you're not doing that. And same situation for me in a sense, even though I get the jokes, when I watch it alone on a TV set or an iPad, you can pause it whenever. You're not really focused on it. But even if you are, when you're alone, at least in my experience, you tend to nitpick the film a little bit and not enjoy it for what it is.
Because other people are not even watching it with you.
Right. So when we're there with that audience and they're laughing and having a good time, you kind of join in.
Right.
And so for me, it was like reliving that experience as a kid a little bit because there were so many people around me enjoying the film that I enjoyed the film. Even parts, because we were seeing the special edition, right? And you've never actually seen the originals. I will show them to you. I'm waiting for you to see all three films on the big screen before I show you the originals. But even the special edition scenes that I'm not crazy about, like the extended Wampa scene or the scene with the Emperor that's changed in this one, or at the very end of the film when Vader's going, after the duel with Luke, and Vader's going back to the Imperial Star Destroyer, and we see all the insert shots of him getting on the shuttle and the shuttle leaving, and things that I thought were extraneous and we didn't need, they didn't really bother me watching it with a big group of people who were having a good time.
Right.
Whereas
and most of them were actually older, like where they would go see it when they were a kid.
Yeah, older like me. Yeah, go ahead.
And then they're going again and they join it.
Exactly. And a lot of them had their kids there, or most of them had their grandkids. I had my kids. But and they were sharing it with their kids and their grandkids who were having a great time, right? So I thought that was a lot of fun. Now let's talk for 1 second, because I don't know that everybody's going to have this opportunity, but of course we saw it in concert, which means the soundtrack was played live in front of us. Did you like that?
Yes, I thought it was obviously a great orchestra.
They were very, very good.
And I don't know, I just really loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that part of it. I thought it made it very immersive, which means it brought you into it even more because it was being played live in front of you. My one gripe here, and it's a little tiny criticism, they were a little bit too loud at certain points. I mean, when Luke's snowspeeder crashed in front of the AT-AT and he gets out, that's usually an explosion. You couldn't actually hear that explosion, and so that at times they were too loud, and of course they had the closed captioning up, and so you could follow the dialogue because parts of the dialogue you couldn't hear, and I don't like that. You and I can read. Of course, we brought Colton. Colton's 5, and while he was visually mesmerized by the film, as I was when I was a kid, and I assume you were, he couldn't follow the plot because he can't read. He couldn't read that fast, even if he could read. So that was a little bit of that was my one gripe. I think they were just a little too loud, but boy, they were very good. I mean, they were right on it, exactly where they were supposed to be. I've seen that film enough times that if they were a measure off, it would have bothered me, and it would have been like having the lips not sync up with the sound.
I hate that.
I know, right? So it would have been like that for me, and it wasn't like that at all. Okay, but I think you've hit on something very important. It's a shared experience. The in-concert piece, if you have an opportunity to do that, would you recommend that to people if they had an opportunity to see it in concert? Yeah, I would too. I think that's great. I don't know that you'd always have that. If you had a choice of where to see it, going to the movie theater and paying to see it on the big screen, or just watching it at home on your TV set, what would you do?
Probably paying and going to the theater and seeing it on the big screen.
Absolutely. There's an art house theater not too far from here, and they do what they call a Saturday night rewind. And if there's any film that I like, I always go, and because it might be my last opportunity to ever see it on the big screen, so I always go see it. And I took you to see Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade that way, and you really liked it because you had never seen an Indiana Jones film. And it was so cool because the very first time you went to an Indiana Jones film, you actually went and saw it in the theater the same as I did when I was a kid. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right.
I want to do that with the other film.
Yeah, if they bring any more of them out, I will absolutely take you.
Okay.
Don't point, it's rude. Okay, so anyway, at Lunch Bites with Lainey, we usually rate things, and we rate them on the basis of yummy or crummy or edible. So for you, let's talk just The Empire Strikes Back for a minute. As a film, yummy or crummy?
Yummy.
Yep, and definitely yummy for me. Empire Strikes Back, I think I already know what you're going to say here. In the movie theater, yummy or crummy for you?
A lot yummy.
Yeah, big time yummy. Empire Strikes Back in concert with the live soundtrack being played, yummy or crummy?
Super duper yummy.
Yeah, definitely. So if you ever get the opportunity, first of all, if you get the opportunity to see these films in the theater, you've got to go. It's designed to be a shared experience. That's the way George Lucas envisioned it originally, and you need to go see it that way, I think. If you ever get the chance to see it in concert, I would certainly take. The tickets are more because you're not just paying for the movie, but you're paying the musicians as well.
Right.
I think it was totally worth it. I would spend the money, even though Colton fell asleep at the end because he's 5, and I would pay to take him again because just watching the look on his face was like taking the kid to Disney World, right?